Mr. Chairman, I've got one additional question. For Stanley Community College, I guess it's about $5.5 million. What projects do you guys have that you're wanting to see completed with this $5.5 million?
We will not be doing any new construction because with new construction you have to match the funds. So what we're looking towards doing is repairs and renovations. We have a lot of renovations that need to be done for ADA compliancy, and so we would be looking at prioritizing all the different needs that we have, and we are actually in the process now to go ahead and get that list ready so that if the bond is passed, then we will be ready to submit projects.
I don't believe that North Carolina voters have been given enough information to be able to make an informed decision on this bond. The community colleges, that's one example. I heard the speaker just a moment ago say that if the bond is passed, they have their projects ready now to submit them. You understand that that means there were no specific community college projects submitted when this bond was passed and the money was allocated as line items to these community colleges. Many community colleges around the state were making plans once they were told that they were going to get $7 million or $12 million or $5 million if the bond passed. The voters do not have information on what all of these statewide community college projects are. The only thing that we are told is a line item titled, you know, this community college, this community college, this community college, new construction, repairs, renovations. What does that mean? Again, I'm not trying to undermine your local repairs and renovations, but this is not a vote on a local bill. This is a statewide referendum. Do you know what all of the projects are? There are pages and pages and pages of projects within this bill of community colleges. Do you know what they are? Because that's what you're voting on. This is an omnibus bill. I don't know what they are, and I've tried to obtain that information. And in fact, the governor's office responded to a public records request right here, and they said, according to the Office of State Budget Management staff, the Community College System Office will not have a listing of the projects for each community college campus. It appears the only way to compile that information will be to contact each individual campus. I don't know if a community college across the state from me is planning on making renovations to one of their learning facilities, or if they intend to build a swimming pool with the funding from this bond. I think that we should have more information when we're talking about leaving debt to future generations to pay off. And by the way, this will result in a tax increase to pay off this bond.
If I could say one thing, and I think Ms. McCree can give some clarification to this, and you had a question about all the community colleges and the 58 of them not knowing and not having submitted what their projects may be. If I'm not mistaken, when they submit their projects and on these bond, for the use of the bond monies allocated to them, that will go to the state board for approval. It will not go to each individual college. And if there is anything that causes any concerns or alarm, it will be handled in detail before it's stamped for approval. Thank you.
Right. Well, my point on that was that the voters are not given the information on the individual projects that you're saying you in this resolution that you support sending this to the voters for approval. And so you're asking us to pass something before we know what's in it.
Thank you very much.